Just a reminder, guys, that everything in the world today is racist. And by everything, I mean everything, even milk. Cow's milk has long been a symbol used by white supremacists. One more reason to ditch dairy. Every single thing is racist, guys. Everything. Just get it in your head. I'm Tyler Zed. Welcome to Zeducation. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to another SJW episode. Here on this series, we highlight and cover the hysteria that is pushed by these organizations, mainstream media, Hollywood, and celebrities and entertainers, and we also look at the effects and how some people digest this hysteria, this madness that they push, and they act on it. So we're going to cover both of those today. But first, I want to remind you that YouTube apparently doesn't like these videos anymore, because on the last SJW episode, they put this warning on the video saying the following content has been identified by YouTube community as inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. Which doesn't make sense to me because, again, these are mainstream organizations. These are the things that our kids learn in school today. This is what they learn in our schools. So I don't know why YouTube is putting these on here. If you got that banner on this video that you're watching now, please let me know in the comments. But before we get into the madness, I want to give you all a little bit of hope and remind you that more people are sick of this than are actually buying into this. And for proof of that, all we have to do is look at the ratings of the Hollywood awards shows. Hollywood is one of the biggest perpetrators and one of the biggest pushers of this SJW culture we see. And these are the results of the Oscars. As you can see, lowest ratings ever this year. Emmys, 2 years in a row, near the lowest ratings ever. And the Golden Globes. And if you've seen clips from these shows at all it is a virtue signaling fest from these rich millionaires telling us how to live, feel, act, and vote. And people are sick of it, and this is proof. So I wanted to just remind you guys of this, because as you see this stuff in real life and you think, that's kind of weird, that's kind of wrong, it's not helping bring people together, it's not helping push forth justice, when you think that, the person next to you probably thinks the same thing. So don't be afraid to speak out against this stuff, because again, most people probably feel the same way you do. As always with these episodes, if you cringe, you win. It means your brain is working. It means you know that cows are not part of white supremacy. It means you know that roads are not racist and math is not racist. And we're going to get to that here in a second. I'm not kidding you. That's part of today's SJW culture. So if you cringe, you win. But before we get to today's episode, as always, please continue to support this channel by subscribing and clicking the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now, on to today's hysteria. If you cringe, you win.
How is eating meat racist? I'll gladly tell you. Looks like we've got an oppressor on our hands. So, during slavery times, slaves did not get to eat the same things as their masters. They got the scraps that no one wanted. Chitterlings. Now that black people have overcome slavery, they developed a rich barbecue culture to make up for all the meat eating that they lost out on. So when you go to the store and you buy a piece of meat as a white person, you are actively taking away a piece of meat that could be being enjoyed by a survivor of ancestral slavery. Eating meat is not only racist, but it's also anti-Semitic. During the Holocaust, Jews did not get to eat meat in labor camps. They ate potato soup, which would spill on their bodies, burning them and giving them infections. Now, Jew survivors eat a lot of meat. Brisket. Just let them have that. Stop appropriating.
As believable as this is, I just can't believe that somebody would be this far down the rabbit hole. That's crazy. I don't think that's real. I have to say that in my head, I don't want to believe that that's real. It might be, but I'm gonna have to call the bluff on this one. Although everything is racist. Remember that. That is the message here. Everything is racist. Hawaiian shirts are returning, but people want to think twice, says expert. Celebrities have been spotted wearing the shirts, but they could be seen as embodiments of the history of American colonization. Hawaiian shirts are a bad symbol of the past. American colonization, and they left it out of this article, white supremacy. Black-owned businesses in George Floyd Square plea for help, saying skyrocketing crime is killing business. You mean the businesses inside those blocked-off roads where police are not allowed to go in? Huh, I would have never guessed. Is math racist? New course outlines prompt conversations about identity. race in Seattle classrooms. 2 + 2 is racist. I've been saying it from the start, guys. I've been saying it from the start. I'm sick and tired of people being oppressed with math. Want to tear down insidious monuments to racism and segregation? Bulldoze LA freeways. As we learned in the last SJW episode from Pete Buttigieg, who is pushing this. People in the government are pushing this. Roads are racist, guys. They're racist.
Donald Trump had nothing to do with these vaccines. He can barely tie his shoes, the f*** you mean? Warp Speed was a business deal. It's time for y'all to just get real and not be praising people for just doing their job. Seriously, you guys, what? Listen, any sitting president would have done that exact same business deal that he did, so y'all need to stop praising that dingus for Operation Warp Speed, which was literally the same exact thing whoever was in office was going to have to sign and or do. It was just a deal he made with the vaccine companies. He had nothing to do with making the vaccine. He had nothing to do with getting it to us any faster than anyone else would have. Calm the f*** down. No, I'm not thanking a Republican for the shot in my arm. I'm not. I'm thanking scientists and doctors. It was a global effort, by the way, that was started over 10 years ago when this first SARS outbreak happened. They're not new.
She seems nice. And just a reminder that Trump derangement syndrome is not gone. He's still living rent-free in lots of minds. He is. Do you think chess is racist? Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. This is from the Today Show. Chess, white and black pieces, are racist. Oh, dude, this is where we are. I'm actually shocked. I am actually shocked. Concerns mount that U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan could risk progress on women's rights. They are now using the battle cry of women's rights to try and keep the military in the Middle East. You can't make this up. From CNN, you cannot make this up. Cheryl Underwood experienced PTSD after Sharon Osbourne fight on the talk. I actually want to say that anyone that truly suffers from PTSD, if I were you, I would be incredibly pissed off about this. PTSD from an argument that just hurt her feelings, didn't agree with the other side, got PTSD from it. Oh man, soft.
Governor Abbott has just lifted the mandatory mask mandate in the entire state of Texas. Now businesses are back at 100% capacity. So when there's a giant spike in our country, you're gonna know exactly who to blame. You can say don't mess with Texas all you want. You know who can mess with Texas? The wrath of God. Viruses don't care about your weird state pride. Get over it.
Can we take a look at the numbers here for Texas? Since that, well, I think that was like March 10th-ish time frame, beginning of March, mid-March. Did we get a spike? No? No, we didn't? Okay. I wonder if she's gonna make an update video. I don't know. We know not all men are unsafe, but every single woman feels unsafe. Protect your daughter. Educate your son. All guys are bad. Every woman's a victim. Educate your damn son, man. Educate him to not be an oppressor, dude. Dear men, sunglasses are a tool of the patriarchy. They're used to hide oogling eyes and sinister looks. They make women feel uncomfortable, and they are not a necessity. Please stop wearing sunglasses as a sign of respect and support for women. Thank you, allies. I can't even believe this. I genuinely cannot believe this. I think this is a real post. I don't think this person is trolling. Sunglasses are now part of the patriarchy. Like I said, everything is racist. Everything is misogynist. Everything is bad. Everything oppresses someone. That's where we are.
So not all men is trending. I'm gonna say it. Yes, all men. And why do I say all men? Because the patriarchy has taught us to be misogynistic and sexist as part of our culture. They're in control of that. Even women are taught to self-oppress. And women undo that at an early age because, well, we live it. We live that oppression. We live with the fear of never being safe, no matter where we are. And it's even scarier for women of color or trans women. So, yes, all men, because you guys need to hold each other accountable in moments when no one else is there. You are the first line of defense in this. We need you to hold each other accountable. Because the men who make jokes about us, that say bad things, those are the men who go on to harass and kill and rape us.
Yeah, hold yourself accountable. Hold each other accountable, you piece of shit. You all men, all of you, you're all bad. You're all bad. You're all bad. All of you are bad. A student at the University of California, Los Angeles, suggested that hand soap dispensers are a form of systemic racism. I wonder if that student is listening to all of these other people, these mainstream news outlets. This is a result of this insanity. Soap dispensers, you guys. BLM protesters rally for victim. Leave after learning he was white. Oh, come on, man. Oh, dude, this is just sad. NBA ratings drop, not due to blowback over players' activism, poll suggests. As NBA ratings decline, poll shows 34% watch less sports over social justice messages. Yeah, it has a lot to do with the social justice messages. I know dozens of people who don't watch sports anymore because of this crap. To end fat phobia, we need to dismantle Western civilization, says Philly therapist Sonali Rochetoir. Oh my, I can't even right now. This is unbelievable, man. Oh, I love this one. The anniversary of this was a couple weeks ago. Feminist cafe that charged 18% man tax goes out of business. You hate to see it. You hate to see justice fall flat on its face.
World. Nobody needs you to advocate for how difficult it is to use gender-neutral pronouns. Nobody said that the gender binary was easy. These are not my preferred pronouns. These are my pronouns. You will use them, or you will not refer to me. At all. If you misgender me by mistake, fix it and move on. I don't need your elaborate apology. I don't care how many times you say sorry. Just don't do it again. Moreover, if someone else misgenders me, it is never your job to tell them that it's okay. 'Cause it isn't. I get it. The discussion of the gender spectrum confuses you, and that's fine. But if you don't know anything about it, don't speak on it.
What do women want? For men to get COVID vaccines. Is that what you want, women? Is that what you want? Is that just what gets your rocks off? Is that what it is? You don't want a strong man. You don't want someone to take care of you. You don't want a stay-at-home dad. Maybe that's what you want. You want a man to get the COVID vaccine. Is that what you want? Demi Lovato cut her hair to free herself from the gender and sexuality norms from the Christian South. So brave. So brave. Oh, I'm so happy we have people like Demi Lovato in the entertainment world. Yes, fueling it all. Man legally changes his gender to identify as a woman so he can retire 5 years earlier in Argentina. That is fantastic. Use it. Bend the rules if you have to. Don't call your pet a pet. Animal rights chief says term is derogatory. That's derogatory. Don't do that. Soldiers banned from calling each other lads over fears it could cause offense. Holy wow. There are certain countries, I'm not even going to say it because YouTube might get offended and be mad at me, but there are certain countries, certain world powers that are loving this, the destruction of Western civilization, because that's exactly what's happening. This is exactly what's happening. The military has gone soft. Charles Barkley under fire for saying Georgia Bulldogs named their mascot after the women down there. I mean, it's kind of a compliment, honestly. Like, bulldogs are badass. Bulldogs fight. So if he's saying that they have strong women down there, I don't see a problem with that. But he's under fire because how dare he, right? I lost my teenage years to strict parents. Now I'm losing my 20s to the pandemic. And then I'll lose my 30s to the climate crisis. Oh, as much as I want to laugh at this is actually just sad. This is what happens when you jam this fear and this division down people's throats. They lose their minds. They go insane because you guys push this stuff onto them and unnecessarily make them scared and don't let them live their lives to the fullest because they take what you say as full truth and 100%. It's sad. It's so sad.
You legally have to give me a month.
No, I don't, because you haven't paid one brown penny.
I'm not obligated to, and I can't afford to.
Guess what? Doesn't matter.
You can't just tell me I have 2 weeks to find somewhere!
You've had over a month. And
No, I haven't!
Look, you have done nothing but dig your heels in and try and make me feel bad about your...
No, I haven't! I've been trying to educate you!
No, your education is brainwashing.
No, it's not! You just won't listen to me!
No, I'm not going to listen to this crap. Now you talk...
I have schizophrenia!
I don't care what you have. I don't. It doesn't mean we live in squalor. And it doesn't mean you're a bully.
I'm not even a bully! You literally detonate me, misgender me, and tell me that, like...
A bully. That is, as sad as this is, because I don't know why someone would take a video of themselves having a meltdown like this and put it online. It is sad to see that, in any form, in my opinion. Bully is what that person's mom, I think, said. Bully. This is what it has become. Bullying. They're literally bullying people into trying to make them comply with the new societal rules, the new social justice rules. Bully is the perfect word. Green Party says all men should face 6 p.m. curfew. Baroness Jones calls for ban on males after dark to make women feel safer and less discrimination as women share their fears of violence in wake of Sarah Everard murder. Great solution, guys. Stay home, so you don't rape, all right? That's because all men do that. They do, all of them. All of them do that. It's just an obvious generalization that everyone knows. So 6 p.m. curfew, that'll stop everything. It'll solve everything. Well, I'm not suggesting Bill Burr is a racist. A white man having a non-white wife can sometimes be a sign of racism. So you shouldn't assume someone isn't racist just because they own a minority sex servant. They may very well have one because they're racist. This is one of the most insane things I've ever seen someone tweet. And Bill Burr, race? Are you kidding me? Bill Burr? No. But this person probably actually believes what they're saying. That's the sad part. And the people that follow this blue check mark are listening to him. Daycare makes the world more tender. Silence the voice inside your head that has internalized the patriarchal belief that children are best loved at home, exclusively by their mothers. The patriarchy is telling you to be a mom and raise your kid. You should bring them to daycare to dismantle the patriarchy, obviously. Orcs in the Lord of the Rings show Tolkien was a racist. Proof. I said that when it came out. Orcs are racist. It made me feel really bad inside. Orcs are racist. I'm glad they're finally talking about this. The racist history of soap. Commodity racism 101. Soap. Soap is racist. Did you cringe at any of this? Everything is racist. The patriarchy, man. Does that make you cringe? Because if it does, you win. And like I said, chances are the person next to you probably feels the same way as you. They probably cringe at this stuff too. So don't be afraid to speak out against it, because this is insanity. It's not bringing anyone together. It's not stopping oppression, which is very overused today. Speak out against this stuff. This is nuts. This is nuts. Again, let me know if you got the sensitive content warning before your video. Let me know in the comments. While you're down there, please like this video. Please help me get it recommended to others. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation.
Idiots.